And like I promised, you're having a discussion on the state of Laikipia County, just on a few select things, because the reports we've done have covered a number of them across the weekend. And I'm now joined on set by the governor of the county of Laikipia, that is Joshua Irongo. Governor, thank you for joining us and for hosting us at your office grounds. And just to start off and get right into it, from the stories that we've seen, some of which we've covered, some of them which touch on the county government, we've seen there are a lot of plans and projects. But one of the concerns many counties have had is that the money issue because of pending bills. So where is all the money coming from?
Thank you for this opportunity. And as you have said that we have so many projects that are going on, that's the truth of the matter. And these people, I want to let you know that watch the space, that more is coming, particularly on the issues on health and the issues of water and the issues in terms of agriculture. And the reason is that there is a lot of goodwill and a lot of faith in Laikipia County, as much as there has been some insecurity within the region, but that one we are being able to contain with the partnership with the national government. But as we have got into some memorandum of understanding with the different institutions and different partners who have a lot of faith and a lot of hope with the new government of Joshua Irongo. And I will tell you that my networks have been many, and I have reached out, and now that I had the experience of 2013-2017 and up to the time that I went on recess, the recess that I went on 2017-2022 have given me a huge wide network, which is a wealth for my people of Laikipia County, that I can knock any door and our doors are open, and therefore go to the hospitals and see how our hospitals are. They look like industries now, because constructions, light left or constructions for the various issues like dialysis. We are doing the cancer center, the renal units, and all kinds of even for CT scan that is coming soon. But all this is partnering. There are already some guys, some partners that are in US, because we want to transform all our hospitals to have new beds. All of them. We remove all the ones that has been there for many years, and linens, dirty linens and all that. And we are going to transform, because we have all those partners that we are working together.
So are these going to be in form of loans or grants or what?
These are all grants. And for us, we are working with the grants, because we cannot dare for now to go for a loan when the country already is airing out of the debts that we incurred. We are not looking forward anywhere we are going to incur any debt. Even payment of the staff. We have been paying staff all through regularly. I know some of the counties have not been able to pay their salaries, but like Laikipia County, we are on the spot that up to this last month we have paid. And the reason is we have just made arrangement with the institutions that we have been partnering, and is just an agreement or understanding that you guys, we have been banking with you people. So when we are short of our money, you can be able to give us advance as money. When our money comes, and faithfully we do pay. And that's the reason, even with minimum interest. And this is the reason why many of the people want to come and invest here, because of the change of guard, that as we got more than almost 2.4 billion of paid-in bill. And let me tell you that we have started paying the bills, not even the bills that were there 2017 during my time. It is during the time of 2018, 2022, I've started paying the bill.
So what's the balance now?
The balance is we have paid about, for the last one, you see, we have only received the money for September, October, November, and November. Those 3 months, every month I'm paying about 50-60 million for the pending bill. So I have paid about 200 million already that has been paid for pending bill. So I'm still remaining with about 2.2 billion to pay, which I will stagger, because I cannot again commit all the resources development money to pay the bills, while Wajiko is waiting for water, Wajiko is waiting for agriculture, Wajiko is waiting for drugs in the hospital. So I have to balance, and therefore this is one of the things I want to assure our contractors, that who have pending bills with us, that I will still continue paying, and I'm committed to pay them, but so long as you give me time, and we'll be doing it concurrent. As I do this part, I do some development, and the other part I still look for some resources and pay for some of the pending bills.
Okay, and you mentioned something about insecurity.
Yes.
And a question that, I mean, your county is among the 6 that have been marked as, troubled counties.
Yes.
There is the question of, just as a point of information, when we hear people are being told to vacate
Yes.
a certain area because of the operation.
Yes.
Like for those in Laikipia, where do they go? Are you the one who takes care of them, or is it under the national government?
Let me tell Kenyans that one, Laikipia is a safe place. The insecurity we have been having is we experience insecurity between our border of Baringo and Laikipia, much of it. Okay, we have some in the security in our border between Samburu and Baringo and Laikipia and Isiolo. Those are the two major three borders that we are having insecurity issues. And one of the things that the national government have declared is people to vacate from their premises, their homes, and then they leave the government to take the action. And what we have done ourselves, rather than negotiating with the government where to take our people, we have managed to move our people to the hot areas, because it's not everywhere in Laikipia. It's just a small belt, and we have managed to tell our people move slightly and be hosted by your neighbors, just some few meters, 100 meters away from the border. And then from there, the government is taking action. I'm telling you, since the time the government came on board, after that action, things are happening. And therefore, we are sure that within a short time, a week or so, we'll have cleared the mess that have been coming out from that area.
Okay. And one of the stories that we've done tonight by Margaret Kimathi was on the conservancies. Laikipia has so many conservancies.
Yes.
The wildlife, it is quite a hotspot in terms of tourism, products. Do you feel that the support you're getting from the national government in terms of the tourism product is sufficient for what you have to offer?
I'll frankly tell you that we have not been getting any much of the support that we can say. Laikipia County, we are disadvantaged in one way, that when you are getting the equitable share, Laikipia doesn't qualify for equalization fund. And the reason is because when that happens is we consider Nanyuki, we consider the conservancies as if that's where the county government should get their revenue, but we don't get that. This is the high time we want to exploit on that, because out of our county GDP, what we are getting out of the tourism is only 6%. And the conservancies occupy about 50% of the land of Laikipia County. But actually agriculture is the one who contributes about 40% of the GDP comes from agriculture, while it is supposed to be the other way around. We are supposed to be getting 50% from our revenue or GDP from tourism, but we have not got that. And therefore, there are things that we are evaluating as a county to market Laikipia County in a better way. We want to get some agreements with the conservancies that we have, because even currently we need to get more, because in our conservancies we are getting now what we are trading in as carbon credit, which the county is not yet benefiting out of it. And therefore, these are all the things that we want, and one of them is to market Laikipia well and come up with agreements in terms of how Laikipia County government or the people of Laikipia can be able to be generating revenue from the tourism. But again, on the other hand, we need the national government to come on board now that they have the resources to market the tourism destinations. Laikipia County, let me tell you, hosts the second highest number of wild animals outside the protected area. But you don't benefit out of it like Masai, the Narok. Again, Laikipia County is the only county in this country that have a bear in this continent. And but we do benefit out of it, out of all these good things that we have. Laikipia County is where you can just travel from here, Nanyuki, only about 2 kilometers, you experience the big five. But have we been benefiting out of them? So this is the high time as a government, and we have put a task force in Laikipia County, in the government, to go and negotiate with the national government, the tourism fund and all that, so that our people can be able to benefit out of that, and we can be able to market Laikipia County equally like any other area. And again, out of that, we can be able to agree with the national government on the sharing benefit.
Okay. And you've actually responded to what I was going to ask about engaging the national government. So I move to the next thing, and there have been some concerns about water, some obstruction of water upstream, which then has left some areas suffering, like if it's Laikipia North and Daiga. Yes. Is this a concern for you, and what is being done to address it, if anything?
It's a major concern. Laikipia County is one of the counties that is scarce in terms of water resources, and therefore any little drop of water to us means a lot. And a number of things that the county government have started taking place. One, there is a downstream, the rivers have dried, and upstream And the unfortunate part of Laikipia County, as much as we are in the bottom of Mount Kenya, but we are not yet in the Mount Kenya. So we actually don't take advantage of the mountain that is here, because before as we get there where we can be able to develop the intakes and all that, we can only do it in somebody's county. So all our intakes comes from Meru. We can only develop in Meru or in Nyeri, and therefore along the way there are all those extractions that happens, and therefore we might not have much control. But this is where we have even advocated to the National Water Resource Authority to intervene, so that the people doing the farming, the commercial farmers who are doing the farming of the horticulture and flower industries and all that, can be able to release water. And the National Water Resource Authority need to ration the water, so that there is the water for farming and there is water for domestic.
Has the authority responded?
Once, when they come over, the water goes downstream. But when they move to Nairobi, the water follows them. So the water remains in the mountain again. And therefore, this is where a candid discussion needs to be agreed upon. And because probably governors, everybody is fighting for his own people, then this is where the national, and that was the reason. As much as there was a time that the National Resource Management Authority, there was also the dispute, should it be a devolved function?
Yes.
But for me today, I would say it should not be a devolved function, because it is the only authority can be able to provide an avenue for dispute resolution like now that we are experiencing. They only need to build their capacity, they only need to be enhanced in terms of their power, so that they can be able to take, like now, Meru to court, or Nyeri to court, when they don't release the water downstream.
Though the president said governments should not sue each other.
Although the government should not sue each other, but actually another mediation, alternative dispute resolution need to be enhanced by this authority.
Okay.
Yeah.
And briefly, as we come to a close, Governor, we have seen that tomorrow is a pretty significant day in regards to the opposition calling for, mass protest in Nairobi, for instance. If that was to be called for in Laikipia, for instance, what would your position be?
Let me not intimidate anybody, but one, I would tell somebody, attempt. That's the first thing. Try. In Laikipia, we are actually not ready. Unless somebody who want to do demonstration start with their sons and daughters to take lead first. Otherwise, we have said, as Laikipia County, we have suffered. You see, we neighbor like Rift Valley. We are part of Rift Valley. And therefore, we are among the counties that are hosting so many of the IDPs of 2007, 2008. And the pain that they undergo, that they have been given land here, but many of them are still here. So we do not want again to go through that pain that they are going just because of these the mass demonstration and all that. And therefore, for us, we want to call upon Laikipians as much as we are calling Kenyans. But for Laikipians, let us not get involved into these all these unengaging negative energy, negative effort. And well, we should be putting all that energy to sustain our lives, to ensure that we are doing the farming, and to ensure that we are doing our own businesses, because we are even struggling in terms of our business. This today, I'm struggling to put water, to give people water, not only water to drink, but also water to do the farming. And therefore, when we are putting, as a government, we are putting all those efforts, then we should see that the people, the public energy is going to a meaningful, productive use of their time, rather than to go demonstration, to do the demonstration. Because for me, the demonstration is not really targeting the betterment of the Kenyans, but it's for personalization, personal interest. And therefore, for Laikipia County, we are not ready to see any business that are being interrupted by the mass demonstration and all that, and we don't even have time. And therefore, I would say try. All
right. And in closing, Governor, I know you've just begun your tenure, your second one, which is your last one, because you are the inaugural governor of this county.
Yes.
It may appear to be early to ask, but what's next for you after this?
One, I would let you know that one, I'm a farmer, and even before I came on that 2013, I was in the civil society, and I was also a farmer. And again, after going for research 2017, then I continued with my own farming. But again, also, I was given an opportunity to serve this country as the chairman of the National Water Service Regulatory Board. So I have held the senior positions in this country, and therefore I'll be looking forward to 2027, one, to serve the Laikipia first. And I want to give it all to Laikipian people. 3 things that I must do. I must leave a legacy in terms of health, in terms of water, in terms of food security and wealth creation. Never again my people would be going for more than a kilometer to access clean drinking water. Never. Not during under my watch. So that one I'm going to fix and watch the space.
Okay.
Again, on the health, I'm going to fix. And therefore, for me, 2027 is not really a major agenda, because I'm sure, having performed all these, I'll leave the rest of the positions to my people. I'm mentoring young people to take up positions in leadership of the county, because that's also a legacy that I want to leave. Okay. But for me, God will do.
So not MP, not senator?
Not MP, not senator, not even a women rep, nothing else. But for me, I'll be looking forward that because we will be forming the government next time with the Dr. William Samoei Ruto, we will be forming the government together with the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Okay. They will look for me a space that I can be able to support and drive the agenda of the president in terms of improving the livelihoods of our Kenyans.
Thank you very much, Governor Joshua Irongo, the governor of the county of Laikipia, who says of his plans going forward, we will take you to task. 2027 sio mbali, as we know in political terms. And now hand you back to Zainab Ismail in Nairobi for some other stories. We'll be back to close the bulletin.